So what's wrong? What have I done?
I mean, you really don't know? You went running straight to Imelda for what I said.
What are you talking about?
You told Imelda I hated her.
But she forced it out of me. Honest, I wouldn't have said nothing.
I thought we were friends.
No, I'm sorry, George. I never meant to say it. You know what Imelda's like.
Yeah, I do. You've got me writing it now.
Come on. Get warmed up. You forward, start some shooting practice.
No, I said I'm sorry.
Oh, you lot.
But you know it wasn't my fault.
Come on, run!
But we've been friends since before she came along.
Just don't say anything about me again, right?
Yeah, okay.
Come on, we haven't got all day.
What is it this time, Morris? Mrs. Regan said you'd be here.
So messages can get through sometimes. Now, where is that boy?
What boy? What are you talking about?
Anthony Jones of my farm, G3.
Yeah, well, what about him? Come on, I've got to get changed.
The boy was inexcusably late for the first period this afternoon, having missed registration. He continually uses yourself as an excuse, today included. A swimming practice, I believe.
Lunchtime, yes.
Why lunchtime? Why just before my French lesson? And why was I not informed?
Good Lord, man, I don't know every move my pupils make. This is beginning to sound like paranoia, Morris. Lunchtime is the only time we can use the leisure centre.
Well, could you not have let me know?
I didn't know it was French, did I?
Then you should have found out. Or are you unable to handle your responsibilities?
You're unbelievable, Morris, you really are. This has got nothing to do with the boy being late, has it, eh? Don't think Mrs. McCluskey and I aren't aware of your attitude.
I think you had better explain that remark.
Oh, do you? Well, I don't. Besides, I haven't got the time. It doesn't look like Jones is going to show, does it? Oh, Jones, come in, do.
Do not try to tell us it was Mr. Baxter who kept you this time.
I was in the other building, sir.
So what happened after lunch, lad? I've had no complaints from the other teachers.
Sir, I don't see why I should be blamed. I got a message to go to swimming practice, so I went.
You were late for registration, but you could have been on time for the first lesson. Everybody else was. So what happened?
You were 7 minutes late for my class. Explain yourself.
That cow Regan gave me 2 detentions.
What have you done then, Milda?
Just livening up the English lesson. Oh, look who it is.
Doesn't look too pleased to see us. Rick Milda?
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
I wonder. Fancy, she's waiting for us. I'm not.
You better be, George. There's going to be the 4 of us now.
If you're waiting for that Aunt Jones, we just saw him going in the other direction. No, he wouldn't do that. You'd say anything.
Then why isn't he here? He stood you up.
We've all got a date. You better be there, or there'll be trouble. Got important business, eh, Sharon? Yes, Imelda. You see, Sharon? Got to prove you'll be loyal. Got to prove you do anything for the Terror Hawks. Anything.
Yes, until death, see.
You just tell me what I got to do, Imelda. I'm not afraid.
Come on.
If you talked to each other, there wouldn't have been any problem.
Come off it, Jones. Why were you late? Chatting up some girl, were you?
Do you still deny it was your fault, Jones? And do you deny you have attempted to manipulate and mislead us both?
I would have been late anyway.
You lied to me, boy. I shall take note of it. You are not to be trusted.
But it was partly...
Detention tomorrow. And be on time.
Don't drag me into all your problems, son. This time he's right. You weren't straight with us. And I don't like that. I know I'm late for a meeting.
Yeah, and so am I.
Go on, then.
And don't forget the motto.
Hurry up, come on.
She's going to do it.
The motto! The Terror Hawk witches rule till death.
So when can we expect the situation to get any better? It is becoming intolerable.
I'm ringing the Education Authority every day, and they're in touch with the Porter Cabin Company every day. As I've explained, they have been suddenly short of available buildings.
So does that mean this could go on indefinitely?
No, As I've said, we've been promised the first portable buildings for Tuesday of next week.
With all respect, how many promises have already been made and broken? The children have no gym facilities at all, and that's no joke, particularly at this time of year.
How am I expected to teach with an art room full of library books and kids coming in to borrow them all the time?
The academic subjects are faring no better, I assure you. With the constant interruptions and relocations.
And it's no use simply posting changes of location on the notice board. No one reads the notice board.
Anyone else?
Miss Partridge has been without any lesson room for my form's history. Where is she?
Oh, she sent her apologies, something about her mother being sick.
Well, really?
This meeting was called at very short notice. Yes. It was inconvenient for me, too.
That's what all this is about, isn't it? Inconvenience. Individual inconvenience. Whatever happened to the team spirit?
Thank you, Jeff. This is a testing time for the school with administrative changes to absorb and severe shortage of accommodation. And while I sympathise with your problems, I really must ask you all to dwell less on individual difficulties. The school will carry on, the buildings will arrive.
Yes, but when?
And in the meantime, may I ask you all to show as much patience as is humanly possible. This need not be a time of acrimony and accusation. How we emerge from this crisis when the situation does begin to ease next week will depend very much on all of you.